In a moment that left many Americans stunned and concerned, Donald Trump, during his recent appearance on Meet the Press with Kristin Welker, made an admission that raises profound questions about his grasp on reality. While his habitual misstatements and confrontational style are nothing new, this particular interview exposed something far deeper and more alarming. At one point, Trump insisted that Welker had interviewed President Joe Biden. When corrected, as Welker has never interviewed Biden, Trump pivoted, claiming he had been speaking metaphorically. This wasn't just another slip of the tongue or a clever deflection. It was a moment that revealed a troubling detachment from reality. How did we reach a point where a former president can't seem to distinguish between fact and fiction, even in real time? What does this mean for someone who still seeks to lead the nation? Let's break down this unsettling moment and its broader implications. The interview breakdown. Donald Trump's interview on Meet the Press was highly anticipated, not just because of his controversial reputation, but because it marked one of his first major sit-down interviews with a mainstream journalist in quite some time. Kristin Welker, known for her incisive questioning, did not shy away from addressing contentious issues, from Trump's claims about the 2020 election to his stance on tariffs. As expected, Trump doubled down on many of his usual talking points, often diverting or evading direct answers. However, the moment that stole the spotlight came during a tangential discussion about media bias. In the midst of criticizing the press, Trump accused Welker of being overly kind to President Biden in prior interviews. He asserted, "I've seen you interview other people like Biden." Welker, calmly and professionally, corrected him, "I've never interviewed President Biden." Instead of acknowledging the error, Trump backtracked, claiming, "I'm talking metaphorically." This moment wasn't just an isolated instance of hyperbole or misstatement. It reflected a deeper inability to reconcile his words with reality. The insistence, the backtracking, and the ultimate denial offered a rare glimpse into Trump's thought process, one that seems increasingly detached from the truth. The implications of, metaphorically, this exchange might seem minor on the surface, but it's emblematic of a larger pattern with Donald Trump. When confronted with evidence that contradicts his statements, he rarely concedes or clarifies. Instead, he reshapes the narrative on the fly, often doubling down or creating new layers of confusion. However, this instance felt different. Trump's initial claim, that he had personally seen Welker interview Biden, was presented with absolute conviction. His subsequent retreat to metaphorical language wasn't a clever rhetorical move. It was a hasty attempt to reconcile a blatant falsehood with reality. For many, this moment raises questions about Trump's cognitive state. Is this simply a case of dishonesty, or does it reflect a deeper inability to differentiate between what is real and what is not? Mental health professionals have long speculated about Trump's psychological well-being, citing patterns of behavior consistent with narcissism and delusional thinking. But this incident feels like more than an inflated ego or a strategic lie. It feels like a glimpse into a mind struggling to maintain coherence. The broader pattern. Trump's relationship with truth has always been tenuous. From the earliest days of his presidency, fact-checkers documented thousands of false or misleading statements. Yet, his supporters often dismissed these as harmless exaggerations or media distortions. What sets this latest moment apart is the immediacy with which Trump's false claim was debunked and his inability to recover in a convincing way. Consider the psychological implications of such behavior. When someone constructs an alternate reality and reacts emotionally to it, they're not just lying, they're living in a fabricated narrative. Trump's anger toward Welker for something she never did suggests a genuine belief in his own false statement. This phenomenon, where an individual believes their own fabricated memories or perceptions, is deeply concerning, especially when that individual wields significant political influence. Beyond the immediate implications for Trump himself, this behavior reflects broader societal trends. The spread of disinformation, the blending of opinion and fact, and the erosion of shared truths have created fertile ground for such detachment from reality. Trump's ability to thrive in this environment and his role in perpetuating it cannot be overlooked. The reaction. Public reaction to this exchange has been swift and polarized. Critics have seized upon the moment as evidence of Trump's declining mental acuity, with some even calling for medical evaluations to assess his fitness for office. Social media platforms have been ablaze with commentary, ranging from memes mocking the metaphor excuse to serious discussions about the psychological and neurological implications of Trump's behavior. Even some of Trump's allies have found it difficult to defend this particular moment. While they've often excused his bombastic rhetoric as part of his unorthodox style, this episode, where he seemed genuinely unable to distinguish between reality and fiction, is harder to dismiss. For his critics, it's a chilling reminder of the stakes involved in granting someone with such tendencies access to the levers of power. For the public at large, the incident highlights the importance of media literacy and critical thinking. The ability to identify and challenge falsehoods is crucial in an era where leaders can manipulate narratives with impunity. Trump's latest claim, and its immediate debunking, serves as a case study in the dangers of unchecked misinformation. Expert opinions. Mental health professionals who have observed Trump's behavior from afar have noted patterns consistent with cognitive decline. While it's impossible to diagnose someone without a formal evaluation, moments like this bolster arguments that Trump's grasp on reality is deteriorating. Experts have pointed out that behaviors such as confabulation, where false memories are created to fill gaps, could be indicative of underlying neurological issues, including dementia or other forms of cognitive impairment. Dr. Lance Dodds, a retired psychiatrist who has analyzed Trump's behavior extensively, has stated that Trump's pattern of inventing realities and reacting to them aligns with psychological conditions that warrant concern. Other professionals have echoed similar sentiments, emphasizing the need for thorough evaluations of any individual seeking high office. What this means for 2024. As Trump campaigns for a return to the White House in 2024, moments like this will undoubtedly fuel debates about his fitness for office. For many voters, his policies and promises may take precedence over concerns about his mental health. However, for others, this incident underscores the risks of entrusting someone who exhibits such erratic behavior with the presidency. The incident also highlights a broader issue in American politics: the tendency to overlook serious health and fitness concerns in favor of partisan loyalty. Whether it's physical health, as in the case of aging politicians, or mental health, as with Trump, there's a reluctance to address these issues head-on. This avoidance not only undermines public trust, but also jeopardizes the effectiveness of governance. Moreover, Trump's behavior has implications for how future leaders are evaluated. Should cognitive and psychological assessments become a routine part of presidential candidacies? While the idea may seem invasive, it reflects a growing concern among voters about the health and stability of their leaders. Transparency in this area could strengthen democracy by ensuring that leaders are equipped to handle the immense responsibilities of their roles. The role of media. The media's role in exposing and contextualizing such moments is crucial. Trump's exchange with Welker serves as a reminder of the importance of rigorous journalism. By calmly challenging Trump's falsehoods, Welker provided a public service, illustrating how journalists can hold powerful figures accountable without resorting to sensationalism. At the same time, the media must also grapple with its own responsibilities in shaping public perceptions. Overcoverage of Trump's gaffes can inadvertently amplify his messaging, while undercoverage risks normalizing dangerous behavior. Striking the right balance will be essential as the 2024 election approaches. Donald Trump's startling admission during his Meet the Press interview is more than just a gaffe. It's a window into the mind of a man who struggles to distinguish between reality and fiction. While his defenders may brush it off as a momentary slip, the implications are far-reaching. Can someone who fabricates realities on the spot and believes in them be trusted to make decisions of national and global importance? This incident serves as a wake-up call, not just about Trump himself, but about the standards we hold for our leaders. As the 2024 election approaches, Americans must grapple with these questions and demand transparency and accountability from all candidates. In a time of global uncertainty and domestic challenges, the nation deserves leaders who are not only competent and principled, but also firmly grounded in reality. The path forward requires vigilance, introspection, and a commitment to truth. By holding leaders accountable and fostering a culture of honesty and integrity, Americans can ensure a brighter future for generations to come.